All right, so I'm here with Donna Gray today, who plays for Belgrave Football Netball Club. So, Donna, I just wanted to chat to you because obviously recently you've just hit the 300 game milestone, which is massive. So, congratulations on that. But I wanted to take a look back on your career and maybe chat about some memories and things like that you've had over your time. So, as far as I understand, you played in the inaugural year of the netball competitions in 2005, and at that time you were at Upwey Tacoma, and you're also involved in the first ever premiership team there. So, what are your memories of when you first started playing netball in our competition?
Yeah, that's all very correct. So I did begin with Upwey when it all sort of kicked off right back in 2005. It was very interesting when it first began the competition as to where it's come and evolved to now. It was not every team had it, not every club had a team. So we had a shortened season. That didn't change anything. We still continue to train every single week to try and improve and get better. But from the very first season, we obviously had to establish a uniform and begin right at the very beginning. So it was quite exciting at the time. Even back things that I can remember how we did the scoring back then. The scoring was just on a clipboard and people would do a running tally. And the way that that's evolved over the last 19 years is massive. And other things which we used to have to do was scout out for netball courts. So there were no netball courts at every single facility.
Yeah, right.
And even deciding where you would play. So I know we began playing on a basketball court where they spun the hoops around to make it netball.
Yeah.
After a few matches, they decided that wasn't overly suitable. It just didn't quite have the right dimension. So then they looked for a neighbouring court and had to link in with the local high school to try and get use of the posts for a Saturday. And then just building from there every year, it sort of just built a little bit better and a little bit bigger to what it is today.
Yeah, amazing. And you played 100, or you maybe played over 100 games, but I know you got your 100th game at Upwey Tacoma. I think it was around the end of the 2010 season. And then in 2011, you moved to Belgrave with one of your teammates, Cara Salmon. And am I right in saying you were a playing coach when you first got to Belgrave? Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct as well. Yeah, the opportunity just presented itself that Belgrave, they had had a year off netball at that stage. And so they were looking at redeveloping their netball and having it start back up again. And the opportunity just presented itself for us to move across and become player coaches for that first season to get them started again. So yeah, Cara and I did move across to get it back up and running.
Yeah, amazing. And you were a member of the first ever Belgrave A-grade premiership team in Division 1, and then as well as 2017 a Division 2 A-grade premiership team. So you've been pretty successful. You've kind of had premierships at both clubs. What are your memories of sort of, I know they must be so exciting when you sort of get to that game even, and then to win those premierships. What do you remember about those?
Yeah, so we were definitely all three premierships I was involved in were special times, as you can imagine. The Belgrave premierships, we had developed a nice little cohort together, and it was the same sort of group which continued through to that 2017 premiership as well from the 2014. It was a nice little community group back then. There was quite a few people with young kids at the time as well, so it was sort of a social get together for our children at the same time as playing netball on the side. Again, lots of fond memories of the trainings as well as the matches. It was an opportunity to catch up twice with your mates through the week.
For sure.
But yeah, lots of special times with that group of ladies we played with.
Or you sort of talk about, your friendships and your kids being friends and that social side of it. Do you feel like that's something that has kept you in the game, is that social aspect and forming those friendships and communities?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been really nice to see the kids start to become friends with your friends' children, and then they actually start to look forward to your matches on a Saturday so that they can catch up with their friends and start that little tradition as well. So yeah, it's definitely something which has kept us all coming back each year.
Yeah, amazing. And then obviously the last one, so In round 5, you play your 200th game for Belgrave, which gives you a total of 300 matches. You are the first female in our competition's history to hit that 300 game milestone. How did you feel at the start of that game, knowing that, this was such a big moment?
Yeah, it was quite a special moment for myself. 300 games, it sort of just crept on up as well. It doesn't seem like it's been 300 games. But yeah, it was a special moment to see how the women's sport has really evolved in the Yarra Valley across the 2 decades almost now, and to see the participation levels just continue to grow through the netball and the football. So it was a special moment, I suppose, when I look back at where it's come from. I do recall as well, in the clubs I've been involved in, when they made the critical decision to add the netball into their official title of the clubs, and the decision and the culture change that happened was actually really special to be a part of. Watching it, the women sort of get embraced into both clubs, was really nice to see.
Yeah, amazing. That's an awesome memory. And did you or the team or anyone do anything to celebrate? Were there signs on the side? Was there, I don't know, a little celebration after the game?
Yeah, my team looked after me. We did do a little celebration with some food afterwards. They had prepared a nice little present for me, and that was a lovely banner. So very much felt the love from the Belgrave girls on that day.
Yeah, lovely. Amazing. Well, that's all I've got for you today, but really appreciate your time. Congratulations again on your milestone. And it's been really nice to hear about your journey that is obviously still continuing too. So who knows how many games you might get to.